What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Evil Dead the Game video. Today a brand new patch just dropped with a handful of fixes, including some of which that are very important exploit fixes. So without further ado, let's just dive in. First of all, new feature: parties are now maintained between games. No need to re-invite your friends to each match. This is obviously a great feature. It's one we've been asking about since launch, and it's just one more thing to make gameplay smoother and enhance your experience. So thank goodness. Glad to have it. Stability. We've made changes to our region servers to allow both West and East Coast players to join matches together. This will help with the long queue time some players have been experiencing. This has been a massive complaint across every social media platform from players. Yeah, West Coast servers were on the struggle bus. I mean, you were talking extremely long queue times, so hopefully this is enough to fix it, and you'll see much faster queue times over there on the West Coast. General fixes: several fixes for vaulting fences and their animations. Fix a bug where roads would disappear. Pings placed on the map while sitting in the car are now displayed in the world. Fixed an issue causing a blurry flickering visual glitch on supply crates. The dark ones will now execute the correct attack animation as well as display their UI indicator correctly for their area of effect attack. Remove duplicated portal trap in Castle Kandar, and change in the ratio appearance of maps: 50% Castle Kandar, 25% caravans, and 25% cabin. So yeah, just a handful of longevity fixes there to create a smoother experience, but let's dive into the Kandarian Demon. Couple big ones here. Demon movement will no longer stutter and have interruptions after being exercised indoors. Demon movement speed indoors increased from 500 to 700. Demons can no longer accumulate units indefinitely. Warlord units no longer have an input lock when pressing the attack and arm swipe buttons. Puppeteer will not be able to obtain infernal energy while possessing a survivor and shooting another survivor in a bleeding state while having the skill Puppet Master Invigorating Possession. Puppeteer and Necromancer basic units can no longer chain hits indefinitely. Demons will no longer be forced to spectate a survivor. Deadites will no longer spawn from portals before said portal has fully opened. Demons are no longer able to use the active ability of the possessed survivor. Demi-Elagos Thunderstruck attack will be cancelled if Demi-Elagos is stunned and will not deal damage to survivors. Possessed Demon Basic and Elite units can vault windows when sprinting toward them. So there's some big ones here, okay? First of all, let's start with the Puppeteer and Necromancer basic units can no longer chain hits indefinitely. If you know what this is, you know it was a problem. You basically could have 12 consecutive hits as a basic unit with Necromancer Puppeteer without any cooldown whatsoever. It was insanely powerful, and if you knew how to use it, you were going to destroy survivors, and if you were by yourself as a survivor, you were going to get destroyed. There was really nothing you could do about it. Of course, Puppeteer not being able to obtain infernal energy while possessing a survivor, that's another big one. This was exploited all the time. But the real big one, sleeping down here at the bottom, possessed Demon Basic and Elite units can now vault windows when sprinting toward them. You've probably seen it before, or maybe you've taken advantage of it when you're a survivor. If you're being chased down by a possessed unit, you could just jump through a window, and then that demon has to walk all the way around to get back to you because they can't go through windows. Now that the demon can take advantage of basic and elite units and continue to chase you through windows, that can be unbelievably powerful, and I'm curious if that's going to affect any balance issues at all. We'll see. Yeah, no more looping around those basic and elite units. This is probably going to be a bit of a game changer. We'll see how it plays. Now, survivors. Survivors will no longer be forced to aim if an objective was collected while aiming. Fix survivor input laws after being possessed while interacting with a vehicle. Survivors will no longer be resurrected and stay in bleeding out animation. AI survivors will no longer stop interacting with players or vehicles during the Dark One's battle. Lord Arthur's battle prep outfit now has the correct SFX and VFX after being hit by an evil unit. AI survivor will no longer stay in bleeding out animation without status and UI after being revived. AI survivor will no longer stay in bleeding out animation without status and UI after being revived and will be able to be resurrected by collected objectives. Kelly Maxwell has now the correct additional melee damage value in her skill Battle Frenzy, previously 80%, now 60%. Again, just some more quality of life fixes that will create smoother gameplay experiences. Jumping into UI and UX, it's being resurrected by the objective. The bleeding out UI no longer stays on the HUD. Video settings will no longer be saved after exiting the options menu without applying them. Ed Getley's The Collector's skill icon is now displayed for all survivors. The cursor on the map interface moves now without stutter, as on Xbox only. Not enough points text is no longer stuck in UI for Demon after the player adds all skill points and switches to another tab in collection. Fix the button prompt not appearing for one objective in the cabin map. And then last but not least, a couple balance changes. Reduce balance damage of Ash Glove from 40 to 20, and reduce balance multiplayer of Heavy Fist attacks from ×3 to ×2. So quite a few notes here, but only a handful of them really stand out as game changers, and those are the exploit fixes, the party changes, and of course that vaulting window option that's now going to be available for basic and elite units. But yeah, this is available now, so jump right in, check it out. Hopefully those queue times are cut down drastically because of the server fixes to the West and East Coast. But hey, that's going to wrap up this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to our channel for more updates like this one. And of course, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.